Welcome back to Module 3 of Python. Important questions for VTU exam. Module 1 and 2 is already uploaded by me. You can check that. Now let us go with Module 3. Module 2 notes is also updated in the description. Now you can check it. So I have taken all the PYQ questions with solution plus answers. Even model paper questions with answers is included in this PDF. No need of going extra with anything. This will be sufficient. After exam, I am damn sure you will comment telling that it was helpful. Okay, so let us get started with the first question. Explain join and split method with example. So let us understand now. Okay, so why do we use join method is it is used to concatenate. Concatenate means add. What is concatenate? Concatenate is nothing but add. So if you want to join any two strings like hello, active. So if you want to join these two words, you can use what join method. It will just join. So syntax is nothing but the separator, like two words will be there, right? Hello and next word. So hello, first word you will write, that is separator, dot, you want to join, right? So dot join. Next what word you want to add? Active, right? So active, like this you will join. Okay, so they have given explanation like what is separator. This is separator. First word what you write, no, that is separator, and next word is nothing but iterable word. Okay, see they have taken like hello is there, world is there, how are you is there. So we want to join all of this now. So in order to do this, you have to just take this one. This means that we want to include all these words, dot join. What we want to join? The list which is named as, yes, words. Okay, so it will print output like this. Okay, then split is nothing but if you have one big sentence starting with hello world blah blah blah, you want to split hello, you want to split world separately. How do we do is by using the word method split. Okay, see here example, like the syntax is string dot split followed by separator and the maximum split that you want to do. Example you will understand. Okay, see now Python is a powerful programming language. Okay, that is the stored in the variable called as sentence. Now you want to split it, use sentence dot split. Okay, you want to print it, right? In order to print this, you have to store it in one container. So that container is only words now. So if you print words, Python will get printed separately, is will get separately, see here all will get printed separately. That is only split. Next question is write a Python code to check whether the given string is palindrome or not. Palindrome means simple, like even if you read it like, okay, I'll read it straightly now. See here, even if you read it straightly like this, that is 1 2 3 2 1. Even if I read it like this from backwards, 1 2 3 2 1, both should be same. The word which will be readable same from front and back, that is called as palindrome. Okay, for that we have to write code now. So to write code, I will take one function. Always remember, if you are a good programmer, you will always use functions. So same way I'll take one function, that is define palindrome. Okay, is palindrome. Why am I taking s? Because I am taking the string, right? I want to check whether the string is palindrome or not. I hope you are clear with what is palindrome. Okay, I am here to make it very simple. ನೀವು ಒಂದು situation ಅನ್ನು you have to consider now. So to check whether palindrome or not, I will consider two people. Okay, this is person 1 and this is person 2. Okay, first ನಿಮಗೆ palindrome ಹೌದು ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ? How will you understand whether it is palindrome or not is, first remember, if this person is going to check like this, okay, he is going to check like this, and this person is coming on checking from last element. Okay, how will you understand whether it is palindrome or not is, now remember, this first person I will name him as I, and this second person I will name him as, okay, J. Okay, so ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಸಿ ಇಯರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ 1 ರೈಟ್, ಈವನ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ 1. See, if both are checking and both are finding the same element, then it is yes, we can go to the next element to check. If first element is only not matching, then obviously it is not palindrome. Okay, now so this person is I, right? I is starting from which index? 0th index here, so I equal to 0. Now where is J starting? J is starting from last index, right? So last, in order to represent last, how do we take as last is total. Total is nothing but length of the entire string minus 1. That is how we check, iterate from last one. Okay, so I have told you, right, even only if this element and this element is matching, then we can check for other elements. So that is only written here. If S of I, if I person element, that is 1, is not equal to this element, means obviously it is not palindrome, right? So we will print as false. But if both are same, then it will go on adding up to next numbers, and it will return true if it is palindrome. Okay, now same way you can write this in by taking the input, because we need the string input, right? So enter a string. If it is palindrome, it will print as the given string is palindrome. If it is not, it will print as it is not the palindrome. Okay, next one. Explain with example is alpha, is alnum, is space. First of all, simple. Is alpha is used to check whether it is alphabet or not. So you will take one string, you will check whether it is alphabet or not. So the syntax is the string name dot is alpha. Example is, see here, name 1 is Python. You want to check whether it is alphabets. Obviously you know it is alphabets only, but if you want to check, you can write it as name 1, that is name of this particular thing, dot is alpha. If it is only alphabets, it will return true. But here see, in the next example you see 3 is written. 3 is number, right? So it will return false. Clear? Similarly, is alnum. Is alnum is nothing but it will consider both alphabet and numbers. If you have any special characters like underscore, hash, or full stop or exclamatory or any symbols, it will return false. Now let us look into example. See here, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Yes, alphabet and numbers combination, right? So it will return true. But here you can see in the second example, here there is a space. So space will not come in is alnum. Therefore it will return false. See, like this you have to give examples. 2-3 examples if you give and write proper output, they will give you full marks. Is space. Is space is used to check whether there is space or not. Now look here, you have just written nothing, right? Nothing means it is a space. So it will return true. So next question is, explain the concept of file handling. Also explain reading and writing process with suitable example. For this you already have lab program, right? Same program if you want you can write, or else I have an option for you. First of all, explain what is file handling. File handling is nothing but performing various operations like opening up the file, reading the file, writing the file. Appending is nothing but, have you gone through my second module video? Yes, appending is adding the adding something to the file, and lastly closing the file. Now if you want to read the file, we have the command called as R. Similarly, if you want to write the file, we have something called as write, W. A for appending. R plus means you can even read and even you can write in the file. Okay, now what are the operations in the file? You can just write opening a file. In order to open the file, you write the file name equal to open file name dot text, and you can write the mode, whether you want to open the file in read mode or in the write mode. Okay, that is simple. Similarly, if you want to write in the file, you can just write first line here. Okay, no need of writing second line and all. If you want to write, if you have understood it clearly, you can write, because exam is tomorrow, right? Okay, so equal to open sample dot text and followed by, if you want to write, you can use the word w. It will just write. Okay, similarly after writing you can close the file. Okay, next example is reading the file. Suppose if you want to read the file, you can just use the word file dot read. It will only read the file. Now writing and reading, both if you want to perform, you will use w plus. Okay, so give examples for each and write the lab program which is given in the lab manual. So our next question is, explain the concept of file path and also discuss absolute and relative path. See, file path is simple. Like now you create something in the file and you save it, right? So once you save it, it will go and sit in some place, right? So that path itself is file path. Okay, so I'll just read it for you. A file path, okay, a file path is a string that specifies the location of a file or folder in a computer's file system. Okay, now you have to write what does it consist of. It consists of directory names and the file name including some extensions. Suppose you are saving your program in Python, we save it by how? We write the program name and .py, that will get saved, right? You might have executed Python program in Spider, Jupyter Notebook, PyCharm, right? So if you want to save it on Windows, we have the commands like users, student, document, file.txt. This is just the syntax. Okay, in Windows it is like this, it is forward slash. On Linux it is backward slash. Remember this. Okay, then absolute path. Now let us understand the difference between absolute and relative path very clearly. So listen to me. Absolute means, you remember, it is complete. So it will give exact location or complete details of the file. Like exactly it is present in this root directory only. It is extended with this word only. It is stored in this particular Windows in this root directory. Like that it will give complete details. That is only absolute file path. Example they have given. Same example you can write. No need of changing anything. It's the same. Okay. Relative path is nothing but it just specifies the location of the file. Like it will say that now imagine this is the file that I want to search and I have named it as student. And one more file is there beside it, that is active. So in relative path it will just tell me that I have stored it in beside the active folder, something like that. Beside, I mean not exactly beside, it will say it is near this, in this folder, like that. Okay, it will not give you exact path, it will just say whose its relative, near to it. Like while giving the address, if you are ordering something in Amazon, Flipkart or whatever, you will give beside building or beside this address, beside this street, like that. Okay, same way relative file path. I have related you with real example. I hope it is helpful to you. Okay, so let us go to the next question now. Briefly explain saving variables and shelve module. So let us understand first of all what is the saving variable. Before that we should understand why do we use shelve module. Shelve module is simple, like it is used to store the objects in Python. Okay, object is nothing but the key value pair. You remember dictionary, right? Same thing. If you want to store the key value pair, that is dictionary, we can use shelve module. Now, whatever key value pair you want to store, that should compulsorily be string. Only then we can store it in shelve module. This is the rules. Now, in order to store something in the shelve module, that is key value pair in the shelve module, first we have to import the shelve module. So once you import it, we have to open. Like what particular file have you stored that key value pair? That in the second step, that is open shelf.open whatever file name where you have stored the key value pair, right? So that you have to open, that file name you have to open. Okay, suppose if you have not created file, first you will go back, create it and come back and open. That's it. And then you can store variables, right? As I've told, that is the use of Shelve module. Now how do you store is, this is the syntax: Shelve, whatever file name, followed by whatever key what you want to store. That key must be stored in any one particular variable. Like we have the key like one banana. Okay, now you want to store the key 1, so you can store 1 in some variable called as a, like that. In anything you can store. Now suppose if you want to retrieve, in order to retrieve, same syntax you can write, but write reversely. See, it's simple like this. Whatever straight is the right, this variable you write it here, this entire part you write it here. Simple, right? Once again let me tell you. Okay, variable you will write it here, this entire part you will write it here. That is how you retrieve. And lastly you will just close the Shelve file. Simple, right? If you want you can write this, or if you want to write according to the big program, you can write this. First you will import, then you will open, then you will take one list, and later you will retrieve, and later close. This is for retrieving and this is for closing. If you want to write a big program, it's left to you. Okay, next one, write a program to accept strings and display total number of alphabets. So in order to accept strings, first let me take the word variable string and I will input the string from the user. That is what is given in the question, right? Then, so I'm taking one variable called as count, because I want to count how many number of letters are present in that particular variable. So you want to check the total number of letters. For that we use for characters in string. That is, we want to count the characters in one particular string. If character is alphabet, right, only we want to count alphabet. So there might be a situation where they have given something like this. We don't want to count numbers, we only want to count alphabets. For that we use is alpha. You already know what is alpha, right? You remember? Yeah, it will count only alphabets. So you will go on adding. See, instead of writing this, you can just write count plus plus. It will just go on counting up to last character, and later you will print that. Okay, so once if you run like enter a string, you will enter this much big string. So it will count total number of letters and tell. It will not count this 1, 2, 3 or exclamatory, because that will not come in alphabets. Okay, then next one, write a Python program repeatedly asks user for their age and a password until they provide valid input. Age should be always digit. So if you want to input digit, what data type do you use? Yes, very good. You can use integer. And password, they have told it must be alphabet. For password, what you can use? And alphabets and digits only. So you can use string, right? So now let us understand. First of all, they have told to take the input, right? First let me take the input. Okay, so if you want you can write while true. While true is nothing but only if age and password is entered correctly, it will not ask same thing again, like print give your age, give your password. No, only if they enter wrong we want to ask them age and password again, right? But if it is correct we don't want to ask. So if it is true we don't want to ask, right? So just write age and password. They have told age to be number, so input age and then password. So if age is digit, yes, age should be in digit only, right? 5 is a digit, I mean number, like I'm telling what is integer, right? So if age is digit, then print age should contain only digit. If not, see, if they have not entered this digit, then you will print invalid age. But if it is digit, we will just continue and print, that's it. But if it is not password also, we should print that it is invalid, right? Only if it is, we will not ask them again age and password. Same thing you have to write. If not, we are going on asking. So that is why we have written continue. If you write continue until they enter correct value, it will go on asking the same thing again. And then next is difference between absolute and relative path. I'll just tell you the difference. I don't want to read it and make the subject difficult. I'll just explain you. You can write it in own words. In absolute path, always complete and exact location will be given, but in relative path, only the relative current working directory will be given. Absolute path will start from root directory, whereas relative path will start from current working directory. Okay, remember it. And usage, when we want to specify the exact location, we use absolute path. When we want to know the relative location, we use relative path. Okay, example you already know. You can give this simple example. Okay, then if you write 4 to 5 differences, it will be enough. Remember, it is OS specific separator and same separator as absolute path, but without starting from root. Here it will start from root, it will not start from root. One more difference you can write like that. Next one, explain any 5 string methods. So you already know is alpha, which is used to check whether it is alphabet or not. Second is alnum, which is used to check whether it is alphabet and number. And third method is space. It will check whether there is space in the given string or not. Then join is used to join two particular strings or list, anything. Then split is used to split the sentence like this. See, now learn Python programming is the question, right? So when you use dot split method, here you can see dot split method is used, right? So if you use that dot split method, what it will do is it will just print everything separately, like learn Python programming. Everything will be printed separately. Then we have develop a Python program to count the total number of vowels, constants in a string. Okay, first of all, we have to take the input of string from the user. So we will take the input. Now we want to count vowel and consonants, right? So in order to count and store that in that particular container, we will take two variables, vowels count and constant count. Okay, consonants count. Now you know what are vowels, right? A, E, I, O, U, right? So they can give the input as small letters or capital letters, that is lowercase or uppercase, anything they can give. So we want our code to work in every condition. So we will take both small letters and capital letters. So when you encounter these letters, that is A, E, I, O, U, you are going to add that count to the vowels count. Similarly, if you are not encountering this letter, you are encountering some other letter except A, E, I, O, U, you are going to store it in consonants count. Simple. Okay, except A, E, I, O, U, whatever comes, you will store it in consonants, right? So for that, for character in string, first of all, it should be what? Compulsorily alphabets only, right? So if it is alphabets, if you are encountering vowels, if character is vowels, then you will increase the vowel count. Instead of writing this, you can just write as vowel count plus plus. Okay. See, plus equal to 1 is also same, but plus plus, I think you can remember it. Then same thing, consonant count equal to plus plus. And lastly, we will print vowel count and consonant count. Simple, right? Next, describe the following methods of OS module. Character dir, rm is nothing but remove directory, walk and least directory. First of all, character directory is nothing but it is used to check. Okay, I told it as character. Character is, it's not character, it is current working directory actually. So it is used to check currently we are working or we are editing or doing some operation in which file. Okay, so example you should give like this: import print something. You can write anything inside print, you can write anything here. Print the current working directory. In order to print current working directory, we have to write get current working directory. Okay, CWD shortcut. Similarly, if you want to remove something, okay, remove, that is delete something, we use remove directory. Simple. Give one example: os.remove directory. Okay, first in order to remove, you have to import the module in Python called as OS. Then next one is walk. Walk is nothing but you want to check something in that file, whether some thing what you want to check, like any errors are present, any links are present. You're just walking by checking the file contents. Okay, same thing you can write, whatever I'm giving explanation to you. Like these are all the words that you can check in the file, like if links are present, if any errors are present, if top down word is used as true or false, like that. Similarly, list directory, just it will list currently how many directories are active or in which directory are working. Okay, that's it. Next question is, write a Python code to implement multi-clipboard project in Python. By looking at the code, don't get tensed, it's easy. First of all, multi-clipboard is nothing but we need to input the dictionary. So for that, I'll consider the variable clipboard and take one dictionary. How do you represent empty dictionary? Like this, right? So same way I've taken this as input. Now I'm taking one function called as define copy to clipboard. So we what are the contents present in dictionary? It is key and value, right? Here they have taken as data. Data is same as value. So in clipboard, see, you have to take key this side and value this side. We want to store it in key value pair, right, for dictionary. So that is why you are going to store it like this. Okay, now you want to print that. It is copied to clipboard and write key, because you want, if you know key, you can find the value, right? So that is why. Similarly, one more one, this is for copying. Okay, this entire function, first of all, what is clipboard? Now something you are going to select in one particular file and you will copy and paste, right? You might have experienced this in your exam. You will just copy and paste. In lab exam I'm talking. Okay, that you might have done even in the normal lab. So same thing, copy and paste. For that, what do we use? Clipboard, right? Same thing, I think you know this. Online clipboard we have, where you use to copy. Okay, so this entire function is written for copy and this entire function is written for paste. Okay, simple, right? See, you want to copy something, you will write inside. Okay, you can write any random text here and you want to paste it. So to paste it, you just use the word text1, text2, text3, here whatever you mention. Simple, right? I hope I have made you clear. Next one, read a multi-digit number. Multi-digit means more than one. Okay, and they have told as characters, means like this you have to take, like in the form of characters. Then develop a program to print the frequency of each digit. Frequency is nothing but, now let me consider one example, like I'm considering 1 2 1 2 3 4. Frequency is nothing but number of times the letter is getting repeated, like this. Okay, 1 is getting repeated how many times? 2 times, right? Then similarly 2 is getting repeated 2 times. So how many times it is getting repeated, that itself is frequency. First of all, let us take the number as input, because we need input, right? The numbers. So we will take the input, and in order to calculate how many times it is repeated, we need to present like 1 is repeated 4 times, 3 is repeated 5 times, something like that, right? So for this we can use a dictionary, because the 1 is key and 4 will be value. In that form we can store, right? So for that we will use dictionary. Okay, so now for digit in the number, whatever digit is there, we have to count it, right? So if that digit is digit, whatever digit you enter, if it is digit, only in that case we want to add it, right? So that is this is the syntax. If digit is the digit, then you are going to count the frequency of that digit, right? So this is the syntax. I cannot help with this. This is the syntax you have to write. Okay, so frequency dot get digit starting from 0 you need to count, right? So 0 plus 1. Okay, I hope I can understand that you may forget in the exam. Don't worry, whatever logic I am telling, if you are understanding, write it in English words at least. Okay, then you will print the digit, like frequency of that digit. How do you want to print it? Like key colon value. like this form, right? So key is nothing but digit, and frequency you are printing it as value. So same way you are getting printed. Okay, they have given example. Then explain Python string handling methods with example. So split, why do we use split? To split each word. Similarly ends with, like suppose if you want to check whether TRUE FALUE, I'm taking example, okay. Suppose if you want to check whether the word is ending with UE or not. For that we can use ends with method, whether it is ending with that particular letter or character or not. Okay, then next one we have L-just. L-just is nothing but left. L is left just method. Like suppose if you are taking text as VTO and you want to like shift VTO to left side by 10 spaces. See, it is like text dot L-just. You want to shift it by left side by 10 spaces. Then we use L-just method. Similarly, R-just, when you want to like take it out by right side by 10 spaces, you can use R-just method. They can ask. Then center, if you want to print something in exactly center. See example, see Python, you want to print Python in center. Then we have L-strip method. L-strip is nothing but it removes the white space. For example, suppose you have inputted VTO, here you can find some space right here. Now you want to remove that space, means you can use the method called as L-strip. Then we have explain with suitable Python program segments. os.path base name, os.path join. First of all, os.path base name. It will return what? Base name for the given file. And os.path join, what it will do? It will join one or more path components of the file. That's it. Now we have to give an example. For base it is very simple. See, remember, whatever file related program if you write, you can input the module called as OS. So path, you will mention the path and you will print. So in order to print this path, the syntax is os.path.base name, and whatever name here you have given, same thing will be written here. You are printing this. You can skip this if you want, if you are getting confused. So it will get printed. Similarly, if you want to join two paths, write the path of first name, write the path of second name, and while joining, write the syntax as os.path join. Whatever folder one name is there, right here. Whatever folder two name is there, right here. It will join. Simple. No need of giving this example, same example. You can give your own. Okay, then we have join method. Again, you already know. You have already studied ends with method, right? Similarly, starts with. Suppose if you want to check if someone's name is starting from AN or not, you can use starts with method. Or just to shift the word towards right side, and strip is to cut. Right strip is to cut exactly at the right side. It will remove. Remember, strip method is used when to remove the white spaces or blank spaces. Next one, to print most frequently appearing word in a text file. For that, we have something called as collections. The library, inbuilt library in the Python. From collections, we need to import counter. Okay, then we will open that one particular file, as you can name it as file, that's it, and you want to read that file now. So while reading, we will split. First we will split all the big sentence into small words. So once we split by using the split method, also we are using dot lower, because in PDF it can be in uppercase, lowercase, anything, right? In one big PDF, if you write one big lesson, obviously it will have combinations of capital and lowercase letters, right? So first we will split, and by using the counter inbuilt module, we can count that how many words are getting repeated. So how many words are getting repeated, right? For that you can use this syntax, words count dot most common. Why most common? In question they have given frequently. Frequently is nothing but most common, right? So most common of one is nothing but among all, you have to just give me only one word that is most commonly getting repeated, frequency. Okay, so then later you will print it. So just if you print this much also it will work, and you should print this much, this and all not necessary. Then explain string handling functions. You already know split, adjust, then partition if you want to split separately, join, starts with, ends with, any method you can mention. Next is write a program to sort the contents of a text file and write the sorted content in separate file. For this there is already lab program, write the same lab program. Okay, and I'll give this PDF also, right? It's only, see here, this program is only for 5 to 6 lines. You can follow this also if you want. Write useful string functions. Count is used to count, then you can write find, lower, upper, adjust, adjust, replace, length, finding the length of the string, any method you can write. Next is explain paperclip module, which is super important module in Python. So paperclip module, which allows us to copy and paste text from the keyboard, clipboard. It is especially used for automation scripts and all. Examples you have to give, like import paperclip.copy. Whatever you want to copy, you can copy it, and whatever content you have copied, you have to store it in some variable and print it. That's it. So this completes your module 3. Module 4 and 5 I'll upload by end of the day. Until then, keep revising all module 1, 2 and 3.